Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs, where today we'll be assembling the Bladeguard Ancient from the new Indomnitus box set. So you can see on our sprue here, the Ancient's mostly located right over here. So let's get cutting. I've got my clippers, and I'm going to start with the torso, using the flat of the blade to the model to get a nice clean cut to separate him from the sprue. We'll get his head. So let's start cleaning up our model. What I'm going to do is see how well I separated him. Not too well right here. Let me get the rest of this off. Alright, next I'm going to take my X-Acto blade and I'm going to cut off the little nubbins that showed where it tied into the sprue. Try to smooth that out some. Next I've got these cut down, but it's not smooth enough. That might show up in the paint job. You can also see there's a slight mold line that runs between all these nubbins there. So we're just going to go around, smooth this out, and then clean it up, because a clean model is a happy model. Next we'll clean up the head. I'm not going to do his iron halo because I'll probably hurt it more than I'll help it. Sometimes we'll live with mold lines to protect some of the other detail in the model. Once again, not going to clean any of this up because I'm worried about breaking off the spiky bits. Alright, let's start gluing this guy together. Alright, do a little dry fit. Dry fit is where we don't put any glue on and make sure we got it all lined up. So, I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue on them. But not where the pin is. You don't want to put glue where the pin goes or the stud ties in, because these holes are very tightly fitted. So they don't like having glue in them. It takes up too much space. So just a little glue around the seams there. Got that glued together. So just to make a stable platform, we'll set him on top. So let's get his arm. And we'll get his backpack. So the pin on his backpack is actually supposed to be what holds his whole body together, so we'll start with that first, cleaning off the little scrap nubbin here. Alright, now let's put a little glue on his back. Scared me for a second there. This gap's supposed to be there apparently. That felt a little tricky lining that in because it's got to push all the way to the chest piece. So if you've glued this together, feel free to chop that rod, just put it on there. Alright, let's clean up this arm. I definitely want this cleaned up because I want it nice and smooth for when I paint it and then put the transfer on. I'm not going to file this because his hand seems pretty delicate and I don't want to knock it. I'll run the X-Acto blade around the mold line edge. Try to get as many of those shavings off as possible. Alright, so he wants to go in there, pushed into his chest. Do a little dry fit, feels good. So I'm going to put a little glue right around the seam where the two torsos join and where his arm ties in. And that should give the model a little extra strength. And since I like where he sits on his base, I'm going to put a little glue down here, and that'll fuse the two plastics together. And there you have it, one Bladeguard Ancient. So, nice looking model, long dead colleague, made into a standard, an excellent sculpt as I'm finding out of this box set, and thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs. We'll see you next time.